and welcome to the UK's #1 horticultural podcast. It is the Bearded Growers. How are you, JJ?
We're #1 already?
Yeah, mate.
Okay, fair enough.
Self-proclaimed #1.
I am fabulous. What a beautiful week of weather we've had.
Mate, it's been hot, eh?
I've had my shorts on. It's
Oh.
been absolutely fabulous.
Mate, it's been really hot. I've actually went in t-shirt. I'm in a t-shirt.
It is T-shirt. I've got
The
my
sun
shirt
is shining.
on. It is absolutely beautiful. And that is the reason for today's show.
It's called
Fool's
Gold.
No, Full Spring. You are a sausage, aren't you? Full Spring. Now, every year, people, including myself, fall for Full Spring.
Don't do it.
You'll get excited. It'll be warm for a
You'll get
weekend.
your t-shirt on.
You'll think spring has sprung.
You'll dust off the Barbie.
Oh, yeah. Then the following week, you'll be under 3 inches of snow.
Yes, you'll be suffering from sunburn and hypothermia at the same time.
Yeah. So, we are here today to tell you, wait.
Don't
Just
be a fool.
Wait.
Don't be a fool.
Do not be premature
Don't do it.
like Bish is in the bedroom.
I'm always premature.
You need to hang fire. Right, if you have already sown seeds.
Coming
right,
first is always first.
It is true.
It's the name of the right.
We'll get into Full Spring a little bit later, but what else is on the show today?
Well, we've got the usuals, mate. We've got JJ's Jobs of the Week. We're also going to rattle through some auction stuff that we managed to find at an auction for a steal. And also we have Educating Bish. And this week is all about roses, apparently.
It's all about trimming roses.
I don't like roses.
Pruning your roses. But this is the twist for this one. It's nothing to do with me. We've got a viewer's video.
Not looking forward to this one.
Educate the Bish.
And then also as well, we talk about our bug hotel that I built with
Oh, yes.
a little Mini Bish.
Really looking forward to that.
And also as well, next week's show is going to be a live on the road on tour, baby.
We're finally going on
Woo!
tour. We've got our rider in. We want a full English breakfast, loads of cans of Red Bull.
I don't drink
That's
Red Bull.
Pretty much it, isn't it?
Yeah, Pepsi.
Pepsi for you. Okay,
Yeah, a bit of
fair
Pepsi.
enough.
Done.
The rider's in. We are going to Rugby Garden Centre
We are.
on Friday to record the show with the lovely guys from British Garden Centres, and I can't wait. But you've also missed something else. We have our first horticultural hero.
I didn't miss it
update.
out. I didn't miss it out. I was waiting to the last
Oh,
bit.
all
It was
right
the best
then,
end.
okay.
But
All
we
right,
have
fair
got our
enough.
horticultural hero. We have the skinny Gene Gardener. That is right. Jamie Oliver's mate will be on the show later on.
Former Blue Peter gardener Lee Conley will be on the show giving you some top tips to get children engaged in gardening. So, let's get into JJ's Jobs of the Week.
Broski. Time for JJ's Jobs of the Week. Coming in at number 5, Broski. What have you got?
Build your supports for climbing crops like beans and peas.
I got tomatoes.
If you want to, it's a bit early for them.
String,
You
don't you?
in. But
No, sorry.
if you're going to do your supports for your climbing beans and peas and things like that over your allotment or in your garden, do it now because it sets the space for where you're going to put them, you see.
See, I did
Starts
this
your
last year.
planning.
So what I did, I used the bamboo cane things. You know them things?
Yep.
Basically,
Bamboo canes,
Yeah.
yep.
Built like an archway.
Oh.
So my beans grew up here.
Ooh.
Literally had a bean arch.
Wow.
But when it comes to picking, it's great. You can actually just walk under, pick your beans.
There you go.
There you go.
Nice.
Always
I
thinking.
love it.
I ain't here just to make it look pretty, baby.
He is.
Anyway, number 4.
Number 4, cover new plants for cold nights.
Especially on this show for
Yes,
today, full
absolutely.
spring.
So we're going to get into it a little bit more after we've done Jobs of the Week.
Right.
But if you've got some seedlings and you know there is going to be a cold snap and a cold overnight temperature, you must cover them up. Otherwise, they are going to get nipped by frost.
What do you recommend covering them in, JJ? A duvet?
Horticultural fleece.
Not a duvet.
We'll talk about it in a bit.
Sorry, mate. All right,
Boom.
chill out. Number 3.
Cuttings can now be taken from salvias, fuchsias and pelargoniums.
And what?
Pelargoniums. Lovely flowers. I've got my salvia. I want to move it. I'm going to take some cuttings of it, and then I am going to dig it up, and I'm going to move the main plant. So I am going to be doing that. That might be an educating Bish.
No,
in
it
the
won't
next
be.
couple of weeks.
No! Number
Hey!
2!
Look after your frog spawn. Right, so if the frogs have spawned in your pond,
Yes.
you need to keep a little eye on them. So
Right.
if the water level starts to drop, it might be a little bit too warm. It might dry out. If your frog spawn dries out, they're probably going to die.
Oh, dear.
You don't want your frog spawn to die.
No, because
right?
they're quite important, actually.
They are
for
very
our
important.
natural insect repellent.
Absolutely. So if it's going to be a little bit warm and the water level is dropping, top your water levels back up. If there is going to be a hard frost, this is very, very important. Frog spawn will sit just above the surface of the water. You need to go and just push it under the water. I know it's a bit grim. Push it so it's under the water and it is submerged, because if it frosts
Don't it pop back up?
and freezes over, it's going to freeze.
So my question on this.
Yeah.
So if you push it under, why don't you pop back up?
It will have it'll have a little bit of weight where it's been laid, obviously, to sit on the top.
But why don't you sink in the first place then?
Because of the way they've laid it, so you just need to just tap it down a little bit. Right. Just get it down and get it up. Or put a little bit of a cover over your
Is that bloke on Britain's Got Talent jumping on eggs? Is that last night?
Yeah, I know, because I don't watch
Britain's
Got
Talent. Anyway,
yeah. Next.
Anyway, top job of the week, JJ. Number one.
If you're a loving gardener like myself. Oh, hang on. Wrong show. If you're a container-loving gardener like myself,
right, okay.
and you've got loads and loads of plants in containers and you love them, now's a perfect time to give them a little feed to get them boosted through spring.
Right.
So, obviously, organic fertiliser would be fantastic. Homemade comfrey, nettle, seaweed, anything like that, absolutely bang on. Get it on them now. It'll give them a little boost before we get into proper spring.
And there you go. That was JJ's Jobs of the Week. So JJ, you sprung this on me today. Full spring.
Yes, I didn't spring it.
I understand what it's all about.
I advertised the show 3 days ago. So.
Yeah, don't worry about it.
Not watch our own Instagram.
Don't need to, mate.
No, fair enough.
You see what I mean? There's no point listening to your own voice, is there? Nah. I mean, but anyway, full spring. I get it. It's beautiful outside at the moment.
It is.
You know, I even contemplate getting the Barbie open today.
We are now recording in a studio shed with the door wide open because it's
hot.
18 degrees.
18 degrees. But this happens every year, doesn't it? Full spring. So people rush out there. They're like, oh, great, summer's on the way. Sun's out, tits out, you know, all that type of stuff.
Sun's out, guns out.
No, sun's out, tits out.
Okay, fair enough.
I can say Anglo blow crop top.
Yeah.
Anyway. I lost my train of thought now. But anyway, but then
happens every year.
Yeah, the cold snap comes back, right?
It does, yes. Generally speaking, in this country, which is the UK for our international listeners, in the UK, we'll get a weekend or a week where we get absolutely lovely sunshine. We all think, yippee, this is it. There was one exception to the rule on this. 5 years ago today, COVID lockdown happened. We're recording this on Sunday, by the way. So COVID lockdown happened, spring sprung, and it never stopped shining.
Yeah, it was nice,
there was
wasn't it?
no cold snap.
I love lockdown.
That was an exception to the rule. Okay,
lockdown was awesome.
But generally every year, that does not happen. No. What happens is we'll get this weekend or a week, and it'll be lovely, and we think, yes, this is it. You get everybody around, as Bish says, you get a barbecue on the rip. You get down the garden centre.
I had a fire last night.
You buy all these lovely annuals, which are just really, really small at the moment in the garden centre. You go, I'll buy them, I'll put them in the garden. Yes, they're going to die.
Yeah, you will kill them.
You've sown your seeds really, really early. A lot of people have done stuff indoors, which is fine if you've got the space. If you've not got the space, you want to do it outside, you need a greenhouse.
Yes.
Even with a greenhouse, the temperatures are going to get down far too low. When a plant is not hardy, that means it will not take a frost. What it means by not taking a frost is it won't take an air frost.
No.
Now, an air frost is 4 degrees above freezing.
Yes.
Right? So it's not when it's 0. If an overnight temperature is 4 degrees, that is technically an air frost. That could cause you some trouble. Now, we are here to help you with a solution to this, right? The first solution is get yourself a weather app.
Yeah.
Check the temperatures, okay?
I mean, it's on your phone most mornings, isn't it?
Absolutely.
Right? You wake up,
Absolutely.
it tells you a little temperature on top of your mobile.
So today, 18 degrees is our high in Worcestershire. Tonight's overnight low is 9. I've got no issues.
No.
All is well with the world. I can sow everything
bit nippy,
outside.
might need a jumper.
Possibly need a jumper. Tomorrow, 13 degrees with an overnight of 1.
So you need
Chilly
to get
again.
protecting your plants.
By the middle of the week, we're at -1.
What,
With a
overnight?
Overnight, with a high of 8, which is not very warm. Some parts of the country next week, or this week, if you're watching the show on Wednesday, are going to get snow.
That's got to be up north.
Up north.
Got to be up north.
There's a real cold front up north, and it's going to get down to sort of the North Midlands, but you're going to get real harsh minus temperatures, and with the potential to get a little bit of snow, which is perfect for your stuff like your garlic, because it loves the cold and it'll split the cloves, blah, blah, blah. But not so great if you've got some seedlings which are just poking through and look lovely. But what you can do is cover them up with a fleece.
Yes.
Or
like a wool fleece.
Or a cloche. Yeah, wool fleece would
Wool
work.
fleece, so yeah.
A cloche would be nice. They're nice fabric.
I
Put
like
them
that.
over
We
the
see it at
top.
National.
They're lovely, aren't they?
National Trust has got a cloche.
Oh yeah, they are.
We see that.
And
I
they
take a
love
cloche.
They love.
I do like a
the
cloche.
National Trust. But yeah, you need to be prepared for this and give them a cover up. If you just want to put some fleece over the top of things that are up, and they're probably about an inch out the ground, right? Get some wooden stakes, put them on end down either side of your row. Put your fleece over the top. It stops the fleece from sitting on the foliage.
He's always
Keeps it
clever
bridged,
boy,
you
he's a clever
see.
boy, that one.
So that will stop
Yeah.
that frost sitting on your covering, which could potentially nip the leaves.
That's a great
Right.
tip. That should have been in Jobs of the Week, to be
In
fair.
your greenhouse, you also need to do this. So if you're going to get down to -1 outside, if it's an unheated greenhouse, it's probably going to get down to about 2 degrees.
Yeah.
Right? So again, you need to be covering. You need to get some horticultural fleece and very loosely just lay it over the top of your pots or trays, whatever you've sown your seeds in. Just lay it over the top. Just keep that frost layer off your seedlings and you will survive. But if you're an idiot like me and you bought 6 dahlias today, which are behind the camera so you
I
can't
can see them.
it's way too early for them, in my opinion, in this area to be outside. So they're not going outside. They're staying in the shed, in the window, and I may even cover them in here. Right?
Okay.
This is
Just get cold in it,
It's an
actually.
insulated shed. It never gets down too low, but I'm going to cover them up because I don't want any frost or any cold getting into them because I've just spent a fortune on them. Right? So we are here to help. We've given you the
Always.
advice that you need. Do not be fooled by full spring.
Don't be a fool.
All right? What's
be a
next? What are we going to talk about next?
I don't know, JJ. What do you fancy? I reckon we should talk about the auction next.
Yes, let's do that. We'll go straight into the auction. Right, a couple of weeks ago, I went
We
to
love an auction.
We do. Every other week, we generally get together.
We generally, yeah.
On a Friday at a general house clearance auction.
Mate, it's mad.
Right. It is
It's
awesome.
mad.
Mountain bike, £5.
It's like bargaining on crack.
Yeah, absolutely. But they had a lot that I absolutely fell in love with, and I had to buy it. And my purchase price for this lot was £3. Right.
Plus commission.
Plus
£1
£1
commission.
£1.50 commission. Right. It was a selection of gardening books.
What have you got?
Now I've got. Oh, that's white. There we go. Can't really see. There you go. Wildflowers. Now this
Ooh.
book is from.
What's it about?
I think it's about
About
wildflowers.
wildflowers?
Yeah, but it's ancient. This is right. I don't know when it was printed. I'm trying to find out. It will tell me somewhere. Just talk amongst yourselves while we try and
I'll tell
find
you what,
this.
you talk-
Right, there we go. Revised edition, reprinted, 1967.
I love that.
All right. So that little wildflower book is from 1967. It is really cool. It's illustrated as well, and it is absolutely awesome.
And you know those drawings have been done by hand as well.
There we go. That is cool, but that wasn't all what I got. I've
Oh,
also
yeah.
got From the Cottage Garden, again, another ancient book. Beautiful, giving
Look
me
at
some
look at the pictures
lovely
in
plant
that.
ideas for a cottage garden, and also a little write-up about all of them, okay? But it is gorgeous, lovely little book to have a flick through. I'll get to the good ones in a second.
Mate, they're right. They're good.
The Encyclopedia of Herbs.
Oh, I love it.
Mate, if you like growing herbs,
I do
which
like
I
growing
know we
herbs.
do, both
I have
do,
a massive herb bed.
this is absolutely chock full of herbs, right? What you can grow in the garden. It's, again, probably, I would say, early 90s, that one.
Yeah.
Decent book. A traditional cottage, English gardens, look at that. I mean, this is just inspiration
Mate,
pictures.
The smell of that.
They stink, to be honest. They do
It smells
smell
nice
a little
though.
bit of damp.
Nostalgia.
Do you like a butterfly? I like
Love
a
a
butterfly.
butterfly. Love
This
a
is a
butterfly.
book to describe my butterflies. Look at the pictures.
Mate, that's awesome.
I love it. Absolutely brilliant. But the pièce de résistance. Reader's Digest.
Look at the size of that.
Encyclopedia of Garden Plants and Flowers. Now, this had some hidden joys in it.
Did it?
The owner of this book, way back when, loved this
No
book
way. Look at that.
and had handwritten notes, right? Of what they were going to. You can't go see them, oh, that's really annoying. I'll put them up on socials, but they've got plant labels, they've got plants they wanted to buy, little tips. So this one was for water iris, yellow flags, they grow to 2.5 feet, water level no more than 2 to 3 inches above the crown. Little notes in here, and it is absolutely full of them. Receipts from plants that were purchased in 1997 in there.
That's mad.
There's so much stuff. There's a few
But
notes.
I love that. Someone's
Mate,
really loved that book.
Absolutely, and they've used it, and I'm going to use it. There's where they bought their seeds from.
It's like passing the baton.
It is absolutely full. There's a beautiful detail on the front of the book, which I think is really cool.
And all that for £3.
All that was for £3.50, right?
Mate,
and I only really wanted that one and the wildflower one, but I got the others as extra. But finding all those bits and bobs in there absolutely made my day. Didn't know they were in there from the auction. So I'm sat at home, I'm having a flick through, and stuff's just falling out, and I'm like, wow. There's notes in the margins.
No way.
Yes. So I've got knowledge in a book from somebody else who's done it, used the book, which I think is cool.
Cool. You should get down to a local auction. Seriously, the stuff we find there.
Charity shop.
Mate.
Honestly, you'll get books, garden books, absolutely dirt cheap.
And that's what it's all about. It's about passing on that knowledge generation to generation. So when John dies, I'm going to put his books back in auction to pass on the knowledge of his notes.
Wow.
That's all right.
Thanks.
That's all right.
You're not going to use them now?
No, I've already got the knowledge. You are my knowledge.
That's all right, fair enough. Right. I hope you like that little find. I genuinely do. I thought it was cool, and I've been waiting to share that with you since we started back on the podcast. But yeah, awesome. Get yourself down to the charity shop or an auction, something like that. Get a load of books. Have a read.
And if you have a local on a Friday night, hit us up and come to our auction with us. 'Cause, mate, it is a hoot to be fair.
Do not want to. There's a bloke there. He's
John
a
Fury.
spitting image of Monty Don.
No, there's one John Fury.
Yeah, we got John Fury. We've got Hulk Hogan. There's a Monty Don.
Swiss Tony.
Oh, Swiss Tony.
Yeah.
There's characters, and they're there every single week.
Mate,
So if you're
brilliant.
ever in Lower Quinton, in Stratford-upon-Avon, get yourself down there on a Friday night. It is a hoot. Right, talking of hoots, shall we hear from Mr. Lee Conley, the Skinny Jean Gardener?
We do. So every week we're bringing you a horticultural hero that have been hand-selected by us, who have given us good respect in the horticultural industry. Not going to feed you any rubbish, but these are tips from our heroes that you can do at home.
This one is a belter from Lee. Prepare to go rummaging in the recycling bin.
Yes, thank you very much, JJ and Bish, back in the pub studio. It's me, Lee Conley, the Skinny Jean Gardener, outside in the garden. And I promised you that every single month I'll be getting you and your family outside gardening by creating some rather nifty gardening makes. Not only am I going to challenge you every month, I'm also going to try and challenge myself through this podcast by diving in to our recycling bag, pulling something out and trying to create something amazingly helpful for you and the family. To start with this month, I'm going to start with a milk carton. I love milk cartons. We've all got them in the home. They all go into the recycling bag. Save some of them, and we can create something rather awesome. So let's see, just from one milk carton, what we can create this month. Well, to start off with, all we need to do is cut an angle, and you'll be able to see this on the YouTube channel a little bit better, but an angle across... Oh, I've done it wrong. I do it wrong every single time. Hang on. So you can say this, Lee. Cut an... Yes, that's right. An angle across the end. And then we go... Like I say, it's very difficult to describe on podcast. But what we are going to create, a really easy and simple, he says. Here we go. Ah, yeah, perfect. It's worked out in the end. There we go. A really simple and easy little compost trowel. So when you are planting up your plants or your seeds, you can use this as a little compost trowel. Not only that, you can also plant that end piece. So what we're using, to the podcast listeners, is the handle piece and the lid. Don't put anything in the lid. Keep the lid nice and tight. Bury your end of the milk carton into the soil, and what will happen there is that will then collect water to water your seeds. So collecting that rainwater to collect your seeds, great little, let's call it a little mini water butt. So that's the first part. Then we've got the base of the milk carton. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to square that off like so. And I think this month, one of the things that I really want to do is I want to grow one of the biggest pumpkins possible. That is my main mission. So anything I can do to care for my pumpkins and get them growing, that is this year's 2025 mission. So what I've done is I've cut the base off, I've squared it off nice, then I'm going to get some compost in there. Now this is going to be for the windowsill You may notice that I've not, let's get some beautiful peat-free compost in there. You may have noticed that I've not put any drainage holes, but that's because this is where it's going to start. These seeds are going to start. I'm going to get my pumpkin seeds. Controversial not putting drainage in the bottom, but I'll explain why in a second. We get our pumpkin seeds, and I'm going to put in this milk carton, let's put 3 or 4, let's put 4 in there for now, to ensure we get some growth. And the best ones we'll keep. The ones that don't grow so well, we'll get rid of. We're putting them seeds, just push them down into soil, cover them back up. They don't have to be too deep. Hold on to those seeds, them extra seeds, for next year. Right, so we've got our pumpkin seeds in soil in the base of our milk carton. Absolutely perfect, ready to go. The reason we didn't put drainage holes in there is because what you're going to do is you're going to pop that on your windowsill inside. When you're watering these, it's really important not to flood that out. We don't want swimming seeds, but what we want to do is just make sure that compost is damp. So a little spray perhaps on top, just a little tiny bit of water is what they need. We do not want our seeds swimming. The reason we're not put drainage holes in is because we don't want muddy water going all over the kitchen, right? So they're ready to go, but don't throw the rest out, because what we're going to do with the rest of the carton, if, like me, you sow loads and loads of seeds and you're never quite sure what you're growing, this is a really nice little way. You can do this with coloured pens with the kids if you want. I've just got a little black one, a little black pen to write on there. We're just going to make a really simple pumpkins. Oh, it's a bit wet, so it's not coming through. It's okay. Really simple little label to go there, so you know exactly what you're growing. Then when you come outside, you can get your water, give it a little bit of a water with the top bit, and then we're going to get our pumpkins. I'm going to take this inside, pop it on the windowsill. Thank you, seagulls. Pop it on the windowsill, and then we're going to come back in the next month or so and see how they are getting on. That just shows you from one item from your recycling bin what you can create. So get out there and get sowing your seeds.
I love that, JJ.
Right.
What a stig of the dump that bloke is.
Absolutely brilliant. And everybody gets plastic waste like that.
Yeah.
Yogurt pots, milk cartons, anything like that is absolutely perfect for sowing seeds. And Lee will bring us an update for that next month on the show to see how his milk carton seeds are
I
getting
also
on.
use milk cartons. I'm just following off what Lee's done. Actually, to drain the water off my greenhouse into a water
Oh,
bottle.
look at
Check
it. So
that
you use
out.
it like a hopper.
Yeah, I don't know what that is.
Go to the hopper.
Space hopper.
The space hopper, yes. Right, you've been a busy boy.
I have.
You and Mini Bish have had an absolute world of a time
We
doing
have.
a thing.
So, little mini me, right? She loves the allotment. She's got her own little plot, and she got some stuff for a magazine, because she gets treated to a magazine. She's good, but she always chooses like a horticultural type magazine, bless her. And she's thinking how to build an underground bug house. Now she showed it me. I was like, yeah, right. So we did this a couple of weeks ago. So that's why in the video you're about to watch, it was bloody freezing.
Yes.
It was
You did
cold.
it on a very cold day.
It was a very cold day, but I wanted to check out, because we did this in the space of an afternoon, and if you've got a dead spot, either in the back garden or even over your allotment, we went over there yesterday. Today's Sunday. Yeah, we went over there yesterday, and there's already wildlife in there.
Mate,
Mate, it's absolutely epic.
check this out. It's not your usual kind of bug house.
And it's me.
Bug environment.
It's me, just disclaimer.
And it's not just a pile of sticks,
No.
which is what I was expecting him to do, but it's not. Have a look at this and let us know what you think. And if you want to build a hibernaculum, isn't it?
Yeah.
I made a bug hotel, and it's been very tiring, and you can see there the pipes.
What are the pipes for, Ruth?
So the pipes are for, so if there's a little insect needing a shelter, you can slip down there.
What did we do to the inside of the pipes, Leaf?
We scratch them.
Why do you scratch them?
So they could just climb up instead of they going down like a water slide.
And what would you reckon that scratches will do?
It will like make them a little steps.
Yeah, cool. And what we're going to put on top, we're going to put some wildflowers and stuff.
Yeah, we're going to put some wildflowers. So, and then what they could do is the bees could go on it. And then there could be bee nests under there. There can be... And then all the flowers, I'll plant them on top. And I've just put some worms down there, so they'll help with everything we've made. Some sleeping rooms, some kitchens, we made a sitting room, we made toilets. Yeah.
And why do you think it's important to do something like this on the allotment, Tafe?
Just so we can have more, we can help the animals, because we don't want to use sprays and kill animals. We want to save the animals. Animals are going extinct. We need to save them. And this thing is lovely to do on the allotment. Just if you're doing a hard work, then you can just relax and do this and just
Relax doing this.
Yeah.
It's hard work. What's the best thing about all this, Tafe?
You can spend time with your family, and I really want to spend time with Dad. But also, I have put some animals down there. Well, not animals. Insects. And they're really good for reptiles, amphibians, and any type of animal apart from fish.
Right, should we get on with planting some wild seeds now to finish it off?
Yeah. I'll be back in a minute to show you what we've done.
So let's do now, Tafe.
We're just going to put some wildflowers on from almonds, which is going to help for the environment. And these will grow in the summer and spring. And we just like...
Tafe, they're blown everywhere, mate. Get a bit close. It doesn't matter. Nature's not conformed, is it? Nature doesn't care, does it? So how much we put on there? How much was the weight of the box, eh? Should we have a look?
Yeah.
Okay.
You guys tell me how much.
We have put 1.2 kilograms, and we're going to get some beneficial insects of ladybirds, bees and butterflies.
Yeah, and we've got some blue fox, some marigolds, we've got some poppies, some roses, and we will be putting more on. As
Right,
you can see.
should we go for a bovril?
Yeah.
Yeah, let's go for a bovril and a cup of tea and some
Yeah,
lunch.
and we will be back in the summer and spring.
See how we get on, and we'll keep you up to
See
date.
how they grow. We'll keep you updated. Bye.
Go, JJ.
Mate, I am
There you go.
absolutely blown away by how impressive Mini Bish is, and you as a labourer.
That is true. I was not the boss, but to be fair, that's the whole point. I let her take the lead on it,
Yeah.
but, and then it doesn't matter. You know, nature's
I
not
mean, you
perfect.
couldn't
Nature's
really
not
get
perfect.
that wrong, could you? You know what
You
I
want
mean?
to bet, mate?
Well, you could.
You want to
I
bet?
love the plastic pipes in there, so there's little runs for
So
insects to get in
disclaimer on
and
that.
out.
Obviously, me and my allotment site, we have, how can I put it, a very delicate relationship.
You have technical difficulties.
So what we did for that plastic pipe is that we've got there's like a big tea shed down there, tool shed, stuff like that. So I went down there and found that pipe and sawed it up.
Oh. That's the water supply gone to Bish's allotment.
But nature's not perfect. I mean, basically, what we did, we put those, as you saw in the video, we had to put those on a little ramp, because obviously, if
Yeah.
it's a straight pipe,
Yeah.
the bugs will go down, we've got no chance of going out, right? Yeah? Nice
You
little
rub
slide.
the inside to rough it up, so there's
Yeah.
a walk they can walk back up.
Yeah,
I think
man.
that's so cool.
That's so cool. But if you have got little ones as well around the allotment, just let them get on
Yeah,
with it.
yeah, let them do
Just
stuff.
let them do it, because
Mud
nature's not
pies,
perfect.
things like that.
Mate,
Just
we've got a
enjoy
mud kitchen, everything now. We've got a sand pit that I built.
it. Amazing.
Mate, I've got loads
We're
of
going to have to record a show from your allotment.
Oh, I don't know about that.
Yeah,
It's very windy.
We can do it. We'll find a wind-free day. We've got apps now because we need to keep an eye on the weather.
That's true.
So we can do this. We'll record live from his allotment.
Yeah, we'll do that.
Yeah.
I'm up for that.
But right now, it's time for my favourite feature of the show.
Ah.
Educating Bish is back.
Why?
This week, I'm not showing him anything. We're not doing anything live because last time he got mud all over the floor.
Sorry about that, mate.
Because he's a sausage. The week before, he ate my mint cuttings.
That's true.
Yes.
I don't think I'll be
This
eating this
week-
one.
You're not eating this
I'll
one.
eat this one.
This week, Charlotte from Holly Cottage Green over on Instagram has sent us in this absolutely brilliant video for pruning roses.
Yeah, cheers, Charlotte.
Hi guys, I'm Charlotte from Holly Cottage Garden. Bish, I'm going to be educating you today on how to trim roses. Now there are a few things that you'll need, let me talk you through them. So you will need a clean pair of secateurs that have been sharpened. I've done this just before filming. Make sure that you do that. A pair of thorn-proof gloves. I've got these leather ones that I'm going to be using. And a very important one. You'll need to cover your arms because bish, roses are thorny and they will fight back when you're trimming them. So let me do that now. Now that's on, let's get to trimming. Trimming roses might sound fancy, but it's all about keeping the plant healthy, making sure that they get better blooms, and ensuring that there is no disease and that you introduce no disease or any risk of disease while you're pruning them. I'll be showing you how to prune with my 2 large roses here on my patio. You want to trim roses in winter or early spring when they are forming the buds and haven't quite gone to leaf yet. So let me show you what that would look like. Now for the fun part, you want to identify a branch that you want to trim, find an outward facing bud like this pink one I've identified here, and using your secateurs you want to cut a 45-degree angle to allow rainwater to run off of the cut, and cut a 1/4 inch above the bud. So if I trim right there, that allows the rainwater to run off of it and will allow the bud to produce a lovely new stem. Now that you know how to correctly trim a rose bish, my advice to you is don't over trim. Keep your secateurs disinfected between cutting different roses to keep any disease at bay, and make sure that you are not cutting too near or too far from a bud. And that's it. One well pruned rose bush, ready for healthy new growth, lots of new gorgeous blooms, and hopefully keeping disease free. Now go forth, grab your secateurs and get to trimming your roses.
Yeah, cheers for that, Charlotte.
I thought that was very informative.
It was very,
and
very
very
good.
professionally edited, so you can tell it wasn't us.
See, I'm more celebrations than roses, to be fair.
Yeah, more of a quality street man.
Oh, I don't know why that posh.
Oh, okay,
But I'm definitely going to give that a white. And what I'll do is I'll put a video up of me doing that, Charlotte, so you can see that I've done it.
Have you got any roses?
I had them all at Christmas.
Right, okay. So what I'm going to do, because I love him, I'm going to get Bish a rose.
Kidding.
I'm going to buy him a rose.
Oh, thanks, darling.
I'm going to try and find, if anybody knows of one that's called Bishop, there's loads of plants in the plant world called Bishop, right? There must be a Bishop rose, right? It'll be something like Bash the Bishop or something. That's what we need. I need to find it. Give me some recommendations on a Bishop rose I can get for the big man
Comment below.
to prune to death.
Yes.
Right. What's next?
We are hitting the road this week,
Oh,
JJ.
yes, we are.
We are.
Our bags are packed. We're off. We're jet set.
I've got
Willie.
a clean pair of pants and my toothbrush ready.
Boosh. Now, little disclaimer. The night before we go...
So this is tomorrow night if you're watching on Wednesday.
yeah. So Thursday night this week, me and him, 42-year-old...
I'm not 42 till July.
Yeah. 40-ish year old people, gentlemen, who have, dodgy knees and limbs.
Yeah.
Yeah. They're going to see Limp Bizkit. And we're in the mosh pit. Oh, my God. So,
There you go.
Friday morning, we will be in agony.
Delicate.
Absolutely.
And delicate.
In agony,
Yes.
delicate, rough.
Still
Probably not
smelling
gonna get
of
home
beer.
till 1 o'clock
Yeah.
in the morning.
You're picking
And
up at
then-
like 6, aren't you?
No, we're not going to be there till 10.
Oh,
God.
lying.
So I'll pick you up at 9.
Brilliant.
Right. We are then going to British Garden Centre's a brand new garden centre in Rugby, which is in... Is it the East Midlands? It
Yeah,
is,
I class
isn't
it
it?
as East
By
Midlands.
Coventry.
Yeah, I class it as
So
East
if you're around on Friday, you've got nothing to do, and you live
Come
in
down.
the East Midlandsy region, get yourself down to Rugby Garden Centre. It's brand new. But
Grand
it's
opening,
been refurbed and is under the ownership of British Garden Centres. And we have been allowed to go, and we're going to record the podcast
Hey, what
live
could go wrong?
from the restaurant.
Ooh.
So-
So, the chips off old folk at lunch.
We could steal things off old folks.
We could bring in
Or-
a new feature called JJ Make a Scene. And I've been pushing for this.
We ain't going to do that. You ain't pushing me over on a display. Right, anyway, we're going to be very sensible. We've got the wonderful, wonderful Eve is going to do Educating Bish.
Who?
Eve from British Garden Centres. It's going to
What,
do...
live?
She's going to do it
Oh,
live
shit.
at the garden centre in front of people.
Brilliant.
Yes, and you're going to learn all about potting up dahlias. Because I know you love a dahlia.
No, I like a dahlia. It's just the people that try and make a career out of them. I've got no
Wow.
issue with. But
Oh,
what I'm
wow.
trying to say is just Eve know what she's letting herself in for.
Yes, I've briefed her on how awful you
Yeah,
are.
you
so
can
it'd be good.
brief people, but until you've met
look,
me,
I've done enough. I can't
Oh,
do any more.
fair
All right,
enough.
sound. So,
Great.
We're really looking forward to this. We're going to have a few hours in the garden centre. We're going to be there for the opening, so we'll film all of that. We'll get that content done. We'll get the podcast whacked up, and then next Wednesday you'll see us live at the opening of a bleeding garden centre. Who thought we'd get a booking
I
like
know,
that?
yeah. Tell me about it. 2 pillocks like us.
You know where they've got opening their other garden centres?
Who?
Well, I mean, we're not opening it. Just a disclaimer: we're not opening the
I
garden
am.
centre. We're just there.
I'm
all
opening
right?
it.
David Dromney's opening the other ones.
Who?
He opened one this morning.
Who's that?
He's Alan Titchmarsh's mate. You know, the one with the hair that looks like an Amish bloke.
So basically, they got Amish bloke and us.
I don't think he's coming to Rugby.
I
I
hope
think
he
there's
does.
a ribbon cutting ceremony.
I can talk about his haircut.
And then we get to talk podcasty stuff in a restaurant while we smash a full English.
Sound.
That's the plan.
So come and join us on Friday.
Definitely come and join us.
Yeah,
I
man.
might have a little dig around in the loft to see if we can find some bits and bobs with the bearded growers on.
Can
that
we get the
give away.
Harmish wigs on?
I don't know if we've got them.
Can we get them in time?
I've got my Monty Don wig. I could put that.
Can we get them off Timu in time?
Not from Temu. Probably at Amazon. But anyway, we are going to Rugby, British Garden Centre's brand new one. It's opening, literally is opening Friday. The 14th.
I'll be there with big scissors.
We're not opening the thing.
I want to open it.
There. We're not there to open it. We're
Yes,
there,
we're opening.
But yeah, I'm really looking forward to it.
Yeah, that'd be good fun.
What else I'm really looking forward to is fake news.
This week on Fake News, Monty Dunn lets us know why he's not too happy about the swimwear section at Chelsea Flower Show.
Not a thong in sight.
That boy loves a thong, thong,
Mate,
thong,
I'll tell you
thong.
what, that.
Mate, he's a dirty boy, that Monty Dunn, isn't he?
Well, his hands are, because he's
Mate,
always got his hands
He's a
deep in
dirty
someone's
boy.
bed.
He's a dirty boy. Do you reckon he's ever
Right.
got Sue Kent in a thong?
I don't know. I wouldn't have thought so.
You never know, do you?
Don't know. Mate, imagine if they had a little hot tub party after Gardeners World Live.
Anything
to
goes
be
with Monty Dunn.
invited to that hot tub party.
Anything
oh my
goes
God.
with Monty Dunn.
Mate, I reckon,
Have a feel of his
I reckon
mulch.
he'd look wicked in a pair of Speedos and a sarong. But anyway, that is all we've got time
It
for.
is. Thank you for joining us on the UK's self-proclaimed #1 horticultural podcast,
Absolutely.
The Bearded Growers.
Don't forget we're at Rugby on Friday, so if you are free, come down and come and see us at Rugby Garden Centre. Get yourself some amazing discounts, and I think there's some goodie bags for the first 100 people through the door. That is not a...
If I leave them any.
Yeah, this is true. It's not paid. We're doing this for free because we love it, and it's the best.
In the meantime, don't forget the subscribe button below. Drop a comment. Share with your friends. Share it with your wife. Share it with someone else's wife.
Just share
anyone who needs a bit of light entertainment.
Absolutely. We had loads of comments off last week's show.
We did.
People said it was an absolute hoot. I think it was a hoot.
quite
I
funny.
even watched it back because I watch them 3 times. I do them. I watch them when I edit
Look
them,
at him.
and then I have
Look
to
at
watch them
him.
as a finished show, just because it is hilarious. My wife absolutely pissed herself laughing while I was watching it because she said we were hilarious. Right now, my wife never laughs at me until I take my trousers off. So the fact she laughed at the show, yeah, I'll take that. But if you love it, give it a like, give it a share. Tell your mates, as he said, tell somebody else's mates. But we have been the Bearded Growers, and you have been lovely. We'll catch you next week.